What is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be a Scent Safari episode. You guys sort of know how this works at this point, where I reach out to a house I have some interest in and ask them to send me some samples and give you my first impressions of those samples. I pick 4 fragrances out and sort of tell you what I think about them. And the fragrance house we're going to be talking about today on this channel is called Dusita Parfum. And the reason why I reached out to this house is because I had been hearing such good things about this house. A lot of people think this is one of the best houses to come out this year. And I have just heard that a lot. I keep my ear very close to the ground, so I decided to reach out to Dusita, and they were really generous to send me their 3 fragrances that have been picked up this year by Lucky Scent, and then 2 of their newer fragrances that will be coming out later this year. Now, as far as what Dusita is about, this is a house that is inspired by and is a tribute to the poetry of a gentleman named Omontri Umavajani, and I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. And he's the father and the founder of the founder and perfumer of this house, Pisara Umavajani. And Dr. Montri was considered to be one of Thailand's leading modern poets. And his daughter Pisara grew up in Bangkok and had a dream to have her own fragrance house. So she moved to Paris in 2011. She presented some of the stuff she was working on to a well-respected French perfume expert who was really impressed by her work, and he encouraged her to find high-quality production help and bring her fragrances to the market. So she started working with a very established, well-known lab in Grasse. And first they produced 3 fragrances, and then recently the house, as I said, has released 2 more, which as of filming this video will be for sale soon. We'll look at the first 3, and then because I like to do 4 in an episode, I picked one of the new 2, and we'll take a look at that. Now, in the United States, you can purchase these at Lucky Scent online or Scent Bar in Los Angeles. Guys, and I just gotta say, the way these sent these, I love these bottles. You can see the label very clearly there, and then what you do is you twist and the atomizer pops out. So just super cool, like the perfect way to send these out to press. So I love that. So the first one we're going to talk about is called Melody de l'Amour, and this one was released in 2015. Note wise, we're going to get gardenia, tuberose, and honey at the top, peach, broom, lily of the valley, and jasmine in the middle, cedar and musk in the base. This one is $295 for 50 milliliters. Now, as a manly man, I'm not a huge fan of white florals unless there's some serious twist involved. So you can either, usually to a white floral for me, add citrus to make it almost sporty and unisex, like a fragrance like Bergamotto Merino by Gianfranco Ferri, or you can darken them and making it like something like Black Orchid by Tom Ford. Pisara did neither here. She let gardenia and white floral shine, and she killed it. This is beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't know if I'd wear this. I think for me it's just too feminine, but I'd propose to the woman wearing this fragrance, and I'd want any woman I was with to smell like this fragrance. It is the height of feminine class. So what you need to think about when you're thinking about this one is white flower petals dripping with honey, surrounded by peaches and woods far in the background with some very soft cedar. It's dense but still light, gourmand but floral. The honey and the peach are just enough. This is an incredible fragrance. Maybe my favorite white floral fragrance ever, and maybe my favorite feminine scent ever. I really like Impessant, which is a lilac scent by Frederic Malle that Olivia Giacobetti, who did Zing, which is my favorite fragrance of all time, did with lilac surrounded by green notes and a wheat note. I think this is better. This is mind-blowing. This is the mind-blowing scent, and the person saying this could not pull this one off. I'm not a fan of white florals, but for me, Speaking of Frederick Malle, this is up there in terms of white florals for me with Carnal Flower. It is incredible white floral fragrance. The next one I want to talk to you guys about is called Asara. And this one also came out in 2015, same price, $295 for 50 ml. These are extrait de parfum concentration, and the idea with Asara was to create a fougere, and the top notes in Asara are pine needles and sage. Middle notes are coumarin, bourbon, vetiver, and tobacco. Base notes are musk, amber, oak moss, and woody notes. I like this one a lot. It doesn't captivate me like the other two we're going to talk about in this collection, if I'm being honest. The first two, there's a beautiful big pine note at the top of this scent. The sage also comes through. It's very green and herbal. I almost feel like there's a cedar or wood chip note here. I get the vetiver as well. Very green and woody, could easily be unisex. I like this on my skin. I just think the other ones we're going to talk about are more forceful and lively, and this one just doesn't scream on my skin the way that the others do, but I do really enjoy the pine note in this scent. The next one is called Oud Infini, and the top notes on this one are Laotian Oud, Rose de Mai, and Tunisian Orange Blossom. The middle notes are benzoin and sandalwood. The base notes are Madagascar, vanilla, musk, and civet. This is $400 for 50 milliliters. There is a fragrance called Leather Oud by Christian Dior that I shied away from at first when I first smelled it, that I've started to appreciate more and more as I've gone further into my fragrance journey. And the more that I've smelled all the sort of tired oud and rose combos that fragrances houses like Montal and other fragrance houses do, I've really appreciated that funkiness in Leather Oud more and more. This is probably the best oud fragrance that I've ever smelled in my life. It's animalic, it's funky, it's slightly fecal, it's dirty, it's crisp, it's exciting. It is extremely expensive smelling and just beautiful. It is as classy as dirty oud can be. This is probably the best fragrance that I've smelled in 2016. It's on my list this year to do a full review on. When I do my end of year fragrances, it might be number one on the list. I've just got to see if I'm okay with parting the $400 for 50 ml, because it is pricey. But if you like oud, oh man, this is just on another level, my guys. It is oud and orange blossom, which gives it some white floral crispness. There's touches of benzoin and vanilla to give it a smidgen of an amber vibe, and a nice smear of civet to give it that animalic punch that is everything to this scent. You simply need to smell it to experience it. Just blow away. This is a blow away fragrance. The last one we're going to finish up on is this one right here. It's called Le Douceur du Siam, or the Softness of Siam, and this is a release from Dusita this year as a filming. I don't believe this one is yet available. The notes on this one are rose, frangipani, champaca, cloves, ylang-ylang, violet leaf, sandalwood, vanilla, and amber. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of floral fragrances, but Pissarro does these in such a gorgeous manner. Someone on Fragrantica had this exactly right. They said this is like a floral custard that could be eaten with a spoon. It's very dense and heady. It's a melange of fresh and vibrant flower petals on top of sandalwood and vanilla, and it's so realistic and so natural smelling that you really have to do a double take with Pissarro's florals to sort of believe that the flowers are not right in front of you. I've never smelled anything like these scents. They are like a 3D version of most of the fragrances out there, and for me, without a doubt, Dusita has produced the best floral scents that I've ever featured on this channel, and very most likely the best oud fragrance as well. So I am blown away. When it comes to scent safaris this year, for me, it's about 3 houses that have captured my heart, and I like a lot of houses out there, so I'm not disparaging anyone else, but this is very easily for me about House of Matriarch, who I'm working with, Dusita, and Aether Arts. And if I had to pick a fourth, it's Art de Parfum. And it's those four have just blown me away. Oud Infinity has blown me away. Melody de l'Amour has blown me away. These are the real deal. These are as good as they get. I know they're pricey, but they're so well worth it. Guys, I am so imploring you to check out Pissarro's work. You will not be sorry. These are on a different level. These are almost like the virtual reality version of fragrances. It's that next tier. It's a tier when it's so right in front of you. The notes are just dripping off the paper, and you can sort of feel the sense that you're supposed to imagine it right in front of you. That's really what these are about. These are just incredible. Thank you to Dusita to sending these to me, and hope to see more from these guys in the future. And if you've smelled anything from this house, let me know. If not, get your nose on these and let me know what you think. I'll see you again, guys, real soon with another video. You already know what it is, guys.